Hey everyone, Soup here. Today I want to talk about hobbies. I recently broke my finger while I was riding my dirt bike. I'll have a video on that soon to come. I want to get back on the bike and actually take you guys through what exactly happened. So look forward to that video in the future. But like I said, today I want to talk about hobbies. I've had a ton of hobbies over the years. Some I've gotten really into, some have been constant, very consistent. Some have not been so consistent, and I've just kind of gotten into them and then I've gotten out of them really quick. So in this video, I just kind of want to, pontificate, if you will, over the hobbies I've had and reasons that I've lost interest in some. I hope it maybe spurs some thought in your own mind about the hobbies you have. And I don't know, I would just like to also hear from you guys and discuss maybe some of your thoughts on this topic as well. So the reason it got me thinking this was because I broke my finger and haven't been able to ride for a while. And that was kind of a hobby I was, getting back into more, was riding more frequently. But, I had to switch over to some other things like gaming. Gaming is one thing that I did when I was younger with friends back in middle school a lot, but kind of didn't do it as much in high school. And recently I got back into gaming. I bought an Xbox. I started playing old racing games like MX vs. ATV, some of the car racing games, like the newer ones like Forza Horizon and the new Forza Motorsports, which are really cool. And I also got into some first-person shooters like Apex Legends, and into some other ones. But a buddy of mine actually lent me his gaming PC, his old gaming PC, for me to try out. And I've always been interested in trying PC gaming, and so I'm excited to kind of dive into that and see what that has to offer. And I'm kind of in the trial phase of that hobby, I guess you could say. But sometimes we like to revisit old hobbies. For instance, dirt biking. After I graduated high school, I was traveling a lot. I didn't get to ride much. And then I moved to the city, away from my parents' place. And, I'd been kind of into rock climbing and stuff and doing things down in the city. And I didn't really get to go back to my hometown and visit them too often. So I wasn't riding as much. But I had gotten back into kind of wanting to expend some creative energy and start to make YouTube videos again. So I was like, let me make a dirt bike channel. And it started out with the sort of wanting to do the street bike thing, and that slowly merged back into dirt biking. So that's what I'm kind of interested in now. Gaming, dirt biking, making YouTube videos. But there's a few things I noticed when I was getting back into making YouTube videos. The one is the going all in phase, right? Like you haven't really started, but you're going all in. And I imagine a lot of you watching this are in the research phase with dirt biking. If you're subscribers to my channel, you're probably in the research phase. You're looking at all the different bikes. You're looking at what would be good for a beginner, what you would like to purchase. And I found that sometimes if you over research it, you have a tendency to get burnt out right away. So I would recommend, if you have the chance to just kind of start doing it without over researching, definitely do that. Like if you just follow your gut, get the beginner bike or whatever hobby you're doing right now. But if it's a dirt bike, get the beginner bike and just start riding. Like that is going to protect the longevity of your enjoyment in the hobby much more than if you were to just like drill the research over and over and over again and spend hours researching it. You might end up losing interest before you even try the hobby. And that's something that has happened to me quite a bit. I've gotten really interested in a hobby, but I've researched the shit out of it, watching YouTube videos and looking stuff up and comparing and contrasting and all this stuff. And then I just burn out before I even try it, which is kind of a shame because I feel like some of those hobbies could be really fun. Another way that I found that I lost interest in hobbies is for some other reasons. Some of them, like camping, rock climbing, they just kind of happen naturally. And then other ones, I feel like they might just have a sort of lifespan. For instance, scuba diving for me. I got really interested in scuba diving. My whole life kind of revolved around scuba diving for a couple years. And I got to a pretty high level in diving. But since my life was just revolved around it, I found myself kind of taking a step back. And it's not completely gone away, but it's definitely taken the back seat, I would say, in my life at this point. Other things like camping and rock climbing, there's a few reasons that different hobbies will kind of take the back seat, or you'll kind of lose motivation to participate in those hobbies. So like I said, over-researching is one thing, but also like barriers to participate. So this is similar for diving as well. Like I don't have a diving location that's very fun, like super close to me. So it takes a lot of effort to pack up all the gear and drive or like fly to a destination, right? And, that's a huge undertaking. Some ones that are like not even as bad as that are like camping or rock climbing even, but mainly camping, right? So, I have the gear, but now that I live in a city, I have to like look at logistics. I don't have like, at my parents' house, I could just go in the forest and camp wherever I wanted. And it was free and I didn't have to think about logistics. But, if I wanted to camp somewhere else, I'd have to like drive an hour, look at the regulations and rules, and maybe there's a fee involved. And, so the barrier to participate might be the distance or the time you have. Another thing is like price, for example, or like a change in membership status. So like I had a membership to a climbing gym, and I was using my health insurance, had this program that would like lower the rate of a gym membership, and my climbing gym was covered in that. But after probably 6 months or 8 months, my gym no longer took that flexible plan from my health insurance. So I was just like, what, it's not worth it for me now. I just have to cancel my membership. So that's another reason like that hobby took a back seat, right? And like this overturning of hobbies very fast, it kind of, I don't know, I have a tendency to like beat myself up over getting interested in a lot of things, or getting interested in something really fast for like a few weeks or maybe a few months, and then like I almost feel like I'm abandoning it, right? Ditching the hobby. And I don't know, like I had a very negative viewpoint on that. I thought like, oh, it's bad that I'm like interested in all these things. And I was kind of beating myself up quite a bit over it. But I've sort of shifted my perspective, right? I've sort of learned to like realize that there are other interests, or there are other like factors at play that are causing me to maybe, change my interest in hobbies, or like lose interest in some hobbies. And it doesn't mean that I have to just like completely abandon them, but maybe I want to try something else for a little bit and then I can go back to it later. Like there's nothing wrong with that, I feel personally. But like I said, I used to beat myself up over it, and I would kind of be like, oh, like look at me, I'm such a failure. I really was interested in this hobby and then it just didn't work out. Or I was really interested in this hobby and then I haven't done it in so long. Like dirt biking, for example. Like I said, after high school, I stopped riding dirt bikes, and it's like, oh, have I like retired, quote unquote, from riding dirt bikes? Like, no, I just was doing other things for a while. Like it's not really a bad thing in my opinion. So I guess if any of you are like in the same situation and you're kind of bouncing between hobbies, I would just say try to give yourself some grace and don't beat yourself up over it, because it's kind of pointless to do that. Like you just feel bad for no reason. And I would say like embrace hobbies, but don't, like I said, don't like hammer the research and get burnt out before you even try it. So sort of like maybe practice a little bit of restraint. Allow yourself to be excited about it, but allow yourself to do it at a sustainable pace, or like enter into the new hobby at a sustainable pace, so you can really like give it the full try that it deserves without burning out before you actually get to do it. I don't know. That was just a little bit of a sort of musings that I've had recently about hobbies and such. And I know it's not the typical type of content I do here, but I hope it kind of finds you guys at a place that maybe you're going through something similar. I'd love to hear your thoughts on the situation as well. Like, what kind of hobbies have you been interested in? What were some of the things that sort of were a barrier to participate in those hobbies? Maybe like, how long did you participate in them? Did it kind of last for a long time, or did you get into it real quick and then get out of it? Just be curious to hear your thoughts. And thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it if you made it to the end of this video. And if you did enjoy this type of video, like just me kind of talking about thoughts about life and other things not entirely related to dirt biking, let me know. I'd be interested to hear what you guys think and if you'd like to see this type of video in the future. So anyway, thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. Look out for that video talking about my broken finger story in the future, and subscribe for more videos from the SoupMoto channel. I'll see you guys later. Peace.